Limit is y goes to 2 of 1 over y plus 2 minus 2 over y squared plus 2y all over 2 plus y minus y squared. The first thing we're going to do is plug a 2 in for each of the y's. That will give us 1 over 2 plus 2 minus 2 over 2 squared plus 2 times 2. And then all of this over 2 plus 2 minus 2 squared. In the numerator we have 1 over 2 plus 2, which is a 4, minus 2 over 2 squared, which is 4, plus 2 times 2, which is another 4, and then all of this over 2 plus 2, which is a 4, minus 2 squared, which is a 4. In the numerator we have 1 over 4 minus 2 over 4 plus 4, which is an 8, and then all of this over 4 minus 4. The 2 over 8 has a common divisor of 2, so it will reduce to 1 over 4. 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 over 4 minus 4, which gives us 0 over 0. We have the 0 over 0 indeterminate form. We have to rework this because we have fractions in the numerator. We're going to rework by a common denominator. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what the common denominator is. Now, one option you always have available to you for the common denominator is just multiply both denominators together with each other. That's always a safe bet. It will always work. Sometimes it's more than what is needed, because sometimes you may have a common factor already. See, if we factor the denominator in the second fraction, if we factor out a y, we already have a y plus 2 present in that denominator, and the first one has a y plus 2 as well. It just needs a y multiplying. So we're going to multiply the first one by y over y, a form of 1. We're going to leave the denominator alone. So this becomes limit as y goes to 2 of, we multiply the numerators with each other, y times 1, that's a y, over y times y plus 2, minus a 2 over y times y plus 2. And that entire thing over 2 plus y minus y squared. We can now combine the fractions together. By combining their numerators, we have a y minus a 2 over the common denominator of y times y plus 2. And then all of this over 2 plus y minus y squared. The next step is to take the denominator fraction, which it's currently not a fraction, but we can make it one by putting it over a 1. And we can now reciprocate and multiply it with the numerator. The numerator is y minus 2 over y times y plus 2. If we reciprocate that fraction, it will reciprocate to 1 divided by 2 plus y minus y squared. And now we can multiply these together with each other, and we will have the limit as y goes to 2. In the numerator we have y minus 2 times 1, which is just y minus 2. In the denominator we have y times y plus 2 times 2 plus y minus y squared. No need to FOIL or distribute any of this out. Leave it factored like it is. We're going to actually want to keep it in the factored version, because at this point we're still 0 over 0. We haven't eliminated that yet. We have to cancel factors that are making 0. So we actually want to factor this, not FOIL it out. There is a factor making a 0 in the numerator, y minus 2. In the denominator there will be a y minus 2, or maybe a 2 minus y, just depends. But it will be found in there. That's what's actually making the 0 in this fraction in the denominator. And therefore we need to factor that as a trinomial. Now, because the y squared is negative in that expression, I'm probably going to start by factoring a negative out of there first. So we'll have limit as y goes to 2 in the numerator, y minus 2 over. Let's factor a negative out, and we have y times y plus 2. And if we're going to factor a negative out of this quadratic, we're going to change all of the signs. So the y squared will become positive, the y will become negative, and the 2 will become negative. Now again, this is still 0 over 0. We haven't changed that just yet, but now it's factorable. And that's going to be our next step. So we have limit as y goes to 2 of y minus 2 over a negative y times y plus 2. And then trinomial factor y and y. We need two numbers that multiply to negative 2 and add to negative 1. Y minus 2 and y plus 1 should take care of that for us. And there's the y minus 2 factor in the denominator that's making the 0 down there. We can cancel the numerator with the denominator. That'll leave a 1 in the numerator. We can now rewrite this, and we should be able to plug the 2 in for y. Rewriting this, I have 1 divided by negative y times y plus 2 times y plus 1. And we can plug in a 2 in for all the y's. So this is going to come out to 1 divided by negative 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 1 divided by negative 2 times 4 times 3. The negative in the denominator is just going to make the overall negative. So we have negative 1 over 2 times 4 is 8 times 3 is a 24. A negative 1 over 24.